welcome to Movie Pass Fail, the review show for movies based on Movie Pass or Fail. Here's how it works, and here's what we did. Is this going well? I can't tell.
Keep it going.
Okay, so we all got the Movie Pass card. If you don't know what a Movie Pass is, it's you buy this card and we all pay what?
We're not sponsored by
$7 to $10. Oh yeah, we're not sponsored by it, but
This is an ad. No, I'm
honestly,
kidding.
if you want to sponsor us,
that's
Movie Pass,
illegal. I
that's-
just said that, not an ad. I think that actually is like a false ad.
So we all got the Movie Pass card, which is you pay $7 to $10 a month, and then what essentially you can just go and watch a free movie every single day. There's a limit. You have to wait 24 hours in between movies. So we decided that we're gonna abuse that as much as possible and try to see every single movie that is coming out and review them for you. At the beginning of the show, we will not have any spoilers. We will just simply give you a pass or fail. So either the movie is something we recommend to go see in the theater, or it isn't. And we're not gonna be like, well, go see it if you live this, and then no, pass, fail,
And then
black and white.
A couple more housekeeping things. For this first show, we're playing a lot of catch up, so we haven't all seen every single movie. From here on, we'll probably all try to see the movies coming out, so we have multiple opinions on them. And also, we don't live in what are they called?
One of the better
Good
markets.
places.
A big market for movies. So
We only have one chain of movie theaters here in the area we're living in Northern Illinois. So, yeah, AMC here in Rockford and McChesney Park, Illinois. Very limited on some indie movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And nowadays, those are normally the best ones of the year.
yeah, like
So-
Call Me by Your Name isn't here. Shape of Water. I did go see Shape of Water, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. But like
Little
Call
bit.
Me by Your Name isn't here at all.
Shape of Water hasn't been here.
Also, after the initial pass fail, we will go more into depth into the movies. If you have seen
Spoiler
them,
talk.
Yeah,
Spoiler talk.
spoiler talk. There you go. So unless anybody else has anything they want to throw in there, my name is Mike Lehman,
I'm Nathan Talon.
I'm Nick Talon.
And I'm Tyler Walker.
and this is Movie Pass Fail.
All right. First up on the list, the big one, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Let's
Pass.
start with pass.
Pass.
Pass. Go see it. It's Star Wars.
I'll say fail, but it's Star Wars.
We're gonna get into that.
All right, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Fail.
Pass.
Pass.
It's exactly what it was. One sentence review.
Pitch Perfect 3. I think I'm the only one that saw it. Fail, massive. Okay.
Is it a pass if you've seen the first two Pitch Perfects?
I'd say.
You know what? I said we weren't gonna do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Never mind.
Pass if you like Pitch Perfect 2. Greatest Showman. I saw it. I'm the only one. I'd say pass.
I have not seen it.
I'd say pass.
We're doing pretty good so far. I thought this was gonna be worse. We got 3 out of 4 passes.
Ferdinand, Tyler.
Pass.
Pass. Big
Whoa.
on Ferdinand.
John Cena.
Surprise.
All the money in the world, Mike.
Fail.
Yikes.
Interesting. Haven't seen
No, it wasn't. That's why it fails.
it. Oh. Kevin Spacey.
Darkest Hour, Nick.
Pass. Oh, depending.
Pass.
Pass. For me, pass.
There we go.
Downsizing.
All right, now surprisingly, pass.
Pass.
Pass on downsizing.
Ow.
Yikes.
Don't pass on downsizing. It is a pass.
Just go to the other side, mate.
I know. I gotta work my way over. Coco.
I've not seen it.
Resounding pass. for me.
Pass.
Pass.
Top.
Alright.
It's in my top 10 of the year.
Father Figures.
Fail.
Okay, can't think of that one.
Is Owen Wilson in that?
He is.
Sweet.
Wonder.
I'd fail.
Fail.
Okay.
Justice
How are you
League.
gonna do that to Jacob Tremblay? No, I'm kidding.
Justice League.
Oh,
Fail.
Fail.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok.
Pass.
Pass.
Pass. Molly's Game. Nick.
Pass.
Pass.
Sand Sword.
Second sword.
Shape of Water. Pass. So overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of. God, how many?
You should have known the number beforehand.
15.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 out of 15. That's not too bad.
That isn't very bad.
You
I
got
thought it
your-
was gonna be way worse.
You got your options when you go to the theater.
I mean, but you guys threw in Molly's Game and Shape of Water. One, Shape of Water is not playing at the theater that we were seeing.
Yeah.
Sad.
But honestly,
Two, Molly's Game
honestly
just
though,
came
Shape
out.
of Water is probably playing everywhere else in America except here for some reason.
All right, well, that is the opening of the show. These are our past fails, and stick around if you've actually seen them or you just don't care and you want to hear more about them.
We are looking at the collapse of Western Europe in the next few days.
Now is the time to negotiate. You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth!
Darkest Hour.
I only have a couple issues. The issues were pacing just a little bit, even though sometimes that can just come off as arrogant. But the pacing in this movie is really weird because the parts where you think it would start speeding up, it like almost slows down, which I don't know if they went for that, for creative purposes. But like it just, I mean, for some people, you may want to just grab a pillow and blanket because you'll be sleeping about halfway through this movie.
I feel like a lot of movies set in the UK are that way, where it's just like, get ready to slow down.
Snooze fest. Yeah,
Slow way down.
100% this movie's not for everyone. I'm the only one out of us four
Guy
who saw
Ritchie.
it, so I passed because Gary Oldman's fantastic in it. A lot of good dialogue in it. That's all it is. It's a dialogue movie. You know what I mean? So it's not for
Drama by the numbers.
Yep, it's not for everyone.
From visionary director Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water is rapturously alive. You've never seen anything quite like this spellbinding tale. The Shape of Water, rated R, in select theaters December 1st.
So Shape of Water, I mean, Guillermo del Toro like creates this whole world, and visually it's great. This fairy, like it's like a modern but not modern fairy tale where it's like kind of darker elements, more realistic, but at the same time more fantasy. And the only thing that really fell flat for me in the movie was I went in thinking they really better sell me on this fish man and this lady's relationship, and it started to. I was starting to buy in a little bit, and they immediately dehumanized the monster real quick. That he does like one thing that I'm like why would you wanna?
What do you do? Oh, don't want to ruin
Yeah.
it for the gents and myself.
You can spoil it.
I mean, he just.
I don't really want to spoil it either.
I'll just
Let's-
say he-
hey, plus the Shape of Water Molly's Game we're gonna get more to next week, so let's table that. And
I'll just say he does something very animalistic. That's because they spent this whole time like humanizing him, and they
he's on her leg.
Yeah.
Lord help us.
But anyways, so it just kind of like, and then it just I wasn't buying it for the rest of the movie, and there was like a good chunk of the movie left. But like, all the performances fantastic. Michael Shannon's definitely the standout for me
Oh, yeah.
in the movie because he always is.
He's great.
But I can definitely see all the buzz it's getting. It's definitely worth a watch. It's something to like kind of behold this whole thing that Guillermo del Toro created, and that's why I gave it a solid pass.
First buy-in, $250,000.
That's gonna make noise.
You built a multi-million-dollar business using your wits.
I'm about to be charged in federal court.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Molly's Game, rated R.
Yeah, it's Aaron Sorkin.
It's Aaron
There-
Sorkin.
there's your review.
It's social, in my opinion, Social Network meets Rounders meets Wolf of Wall Street. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, just from the trailer, if you know what it's about, it's a true story once again. Poker, you got some illegal activity most of the time, and then fast dialogue, nice and witty, like Aaron Sorkin does for everything.
Pithy.
Only other thing like super notable is it's his first time directing a movie.
Sure.
And it shows in some parts, but at the same time, it's if you envision how he writes, that's exactly how he directs. Like very quick, very like he doesn't try to stay on a shot for too long. It's very like kinetic and keeps going.
Yeah.
And
Is there a walk and talk? Is there a lot of walk and talk?
There's probably
There's
some.
some.
I don't.
Little
I
bit.
mean, none that
They
stick
find
out.
some hallways.
Yeah.
there's
but-
there's definitely hallways in this, and there's definitely a character that is 100% Aaron Sorkin just talking, and then he just had this character be his voice from like his perspective of the
Sure,
situation. But
That's better than every character being your voice, which is I feel
Exactly.
like a lot of
Like with the
writers
Darkest
do.
Hour, you could snooze sometimes in it, but Molly's Game is like the opposite. Like there's not a lot of time to. Well, I wouldn't even say a lot of time to breathe because that could be viewed as negative, but it's just a very fast-paced movie.
Okay.
and most of the Aaron Sorkin stuff keeps you interested.
Cast
even
is
though
great.
it's
Jessica
almost all
Chastain's good.
talking, so.
Everything you're selling is fake.
We have more protesters every day.
You're risking everything you've built.
They don't understand yet, but they will.
So tell me, do you want to go? Where it's carrying on color lines, where the runaways are running the night. If this is the greatest show
Greatest Showman, I just gave it a pass because, I mean, fun time. I mean, it just...
Fun time had by all.
Yeah, like, you just go there, you sit down, you watch the music numbers. Hugh Jackman carries it. Like, most things with Hugh Jackman's a pretty watchable movie. And it's just watchable. It's a solid time. It's like hour and a half. It's not too long. Doesn't feel long at all. You just get... My only complaint is, and a lot of people are talking about La La Land with it or whatever. La La Land, when it cuts to the movie parts, you're still invested in it. When it cut to the movie parts in this, I was kind of like, let's get to the next musical number, in that kind of way. Where I was,
La La Land was a good movie
before,
and a musical was just like an underlying thing with that. Which, well, no, honestly, like La La Land is a musical, but it's a great movie on top of that.
But this isn't a
sense?
discussion about La La Land. But Greatest Showman. Only other complaint is some of the like I love most of the music in the movie. I think it's great. Some of it though is very. They go back to like the type of music that would have been in that time period, and then other times it's very poppy. And, like you could hear this on the radio now, and I kind of
Like
took
Skrillex in the circus.
No, nothing like that. But very like definitely some computer generated sounds in the background. Where I'm kind of like, okay, that kind of took me out a little bit. But yeah, Hugh Jackman, great singer, great voice, great actor. Just carries it. You can tell that he loved doing it, and this was like a passion project for him, and it kind of shows through in it. And it's definitely a fun time, worth a watch. That's why I gave it a pass.
Let me introduce you to my closest BFF.
What did you say your name was?
Ferdinand. Hey, that is a ridiculous name.
Ferdinand.
He's a brick house.
Music to my ears. Rated PG.
So Ferdinand, only Tyler's seen Ferdinand.
Okay.
So touch on it, Tyler.
I just got out of the movie theater. I did not want to see it at all, and I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. I didn't know it was from the people who made Ice Age. So, like, I really liked Ice Age.
Just a fun animated movie.
Yeah.
Ice Age up until what? Up until which Ice Age?
Yeah, there's like 6, isn't there? Like honestly,
I think there's 6 Ice Age movies.
Sonny Peg's in 3, so you know it's got a little
it gets bumped up a little bit because
but
Ice
it's,
Age 1's
like
good.
I said, it's just a good movie. It had some actual pretty funny parts that I was like. My biggest complaint is that there were these random like dance-offs, and it was weird. There's 2 or 3 of them, and it just
don't know much about the movie.
But it's not.
Didn't flow. Well, it's just about a bowl.
So it's not offensive
John Cena
like
plays
the
it, right?
Yeah,
Emoji
John Cena.
movie.
It's not. Yeah, it can't be as bad as Emoji if you passed it.
Oh no,
It's
What
not
about the-
offensive
what
at
about
all.
the
when
beat?
I
it-
would watch it again. It's a good movie.
How much play did they get off of the bull in the China shop joke?
About a minute.
That's it, and then they just move on.
And that scene was kind of funny.
Okay,
I
that's
chuckled.
good.
I chuckled a couple of. It's physical comedy, you know.
Hey, you know what? I didn't hear too many things either way, so I'm not surprised. That's like just a solid, fun
It's
movie.
fun. It's like
Yeah, to me,
I would
It
compare
just
with like
flopped, right? Like money wise.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
why would you release on the same weekend as Star Wars?
That's true.
There should be like
Everyone just
like,
Hollywood
honestly, there
shuts
should be
down
no-
Yeah,
when
like-
Star Wars comes out.
But I mean, honestly, like, what are you gonna do? Of course.
Well, you go, you advertise to people who don't want to go
You
see
get-
Star Wars.
you
Who
get-
doesn't want to go see Star Wars? What's that demographic? I mean,
That's the problem. It's everyone.
right.
But like, that's when I can see like releasing like maybe like a Darkest Hour, because like you're just gonna get the people that want to see
At least the
Oscar
traffic,
caliber.
and also at least the
Something
traffic.
super independent.
At least the
Yeah,
traffic
that's
will be
when you
there in
really-
the movie theater
Like,
too.
this is an animated family movie going up against a family epic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
has way more spectacle than Ferdinand.
Like some
The book was
something
super
going after war.
popular.
Like Fences, I think, might have played against
Yeah,
Star Wars
yeah.
pretty well. Something like that.
Did it?
What
Was
about
it the same week?
how is
It
John
might have
Cena
been.
as the bull? You like John Cena?
Watching them, like this doesn't even sound like John Cena.
Okay, cool.
I was trying to pinpoint like a lot of the voices in it. Peyton Manning was in it. Which
Was
is
he?
Weird.
God damn it! But just keep
He wasn't
they just
all-
keep shoehorning these ex-football players into movies, and it's gonna
Okay,
keep happening.
to be fair, out of any athlete right now, though, any ex or athlete now,
Spit it out. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning's pretty good on screen, and I
Yeah,
mean
that's a
that
good
applies
presence.
for voice.
What's your example for that?
Commercials.
Any commercial he's been in, it's good. It's well acted.
He is just bumbling through commercials. I have
It's
been,
funny.
he is terrible
Is
at
it an issue?
commercials.
Boys, I'm not sure who your father was.
Wait, what?
It was the crazy 70s.
We gotta find out. Let's do it.
Mom dated Terry Bradshaw?
Talk about a blast from the past. She had the tightest ass you've ever seen.
You boys want to see how it's done?
was that? I think it was a person.
Hello.
Got a runner! You shot Dad!
This family has issues.
Father figures.
Okay, so how do you feel about father figures?
Wait, so
Mike?
pass?
Well, Terry Bradshaw's in it.
How do you feel about father figures?
Father Figures.
Okay, what is it about? Because I have no idea what this movie is.
Father Figures is it's if anybody has seen Father's Day, it's this old movie where Robin Williams and Billy Crystal both get told that they are the father of this boy, and the mother does that basically to lie to them to get them to go after this kid that's run away. Right? This is the exact opposite. This is two grown men in Owen Wilson and Ed Helms, and they're brothers and they're opposites, right? It's a very odd couple thing.
How are they brothers?
They're
Because they don't look anything alike. That's awful.
like twins, like twin brothers.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. And so, I mean, there's fraternal.
I know,
But
but
I mean,
that's so far.
You at least share a little bit of the same.
Maybe
trait.
not. Maybe we're just.
I
taking
mean,
it too
Ed
far.
Helms, he's a proctologist. That he's a tight ass. And then you got Owen Wilson, who's this surfer who got put on the bottle of a barbecue sauce, and that's how he made all his money. And they just clash. So
It got funded.
So these two guys, they both get told by their mom. They're like, so the person I've been telling you who's your father, they have an absentee father, right? And they get told by their mom, listen, this guy I've been telling you about, not your father. And then Ed Helms gets really mad. He's like, we need to go find our father. So it's them two on the road, right? And they get told, Terry Bradshaw's your father. And they go have father time with him. And it's just the next one down the list, and the next one down the list. And
Is Ed Harris in it?
Ed Harris is not in it.
Is it Christopher Walken in it?
Yes. Christopher Walken is the last father they get to, and he's in the movie for maybe
I don't care
5
about spoilers
minutes.
in this. Who's their
Maybe-
dad?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Do they even find out who their dad is?
So they find out not only do they not know who their dad is, but they're adopted, and it's not even their mom that sent them on this mission. She just found them and took them in.
Did you think about leaving the theater?
I did. Every movie I saw, all 4 of them, I thought about leaving the theater, and I didn't purely for this. But honestly, this movie is completely average right up until the end, where it really just falls apart.
And just crumble.
Just
It's crawling to the finish line and then it gets shot.
But it's an okay movie right up until, I mean, Ed Helms is funny because he's Ed Helms, you know. He does his thing where he's like, he's
Nard
upset
dog.
that everyone isn't as serious as he is, you know. And then you got Owen Wilson, who's just like
Who's
a guy
Owen Wilson?
doing his thing.
How
you
many
know?
times they say wow?
I don't know, like 80 million, a lot. So
That's his language.
and it's good. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. Little kind of like an edgy R-rated family, like a Vacation or something like that. And then at the end, it just completely falls apart. So that's Father Figures.
One last show together. You guys just sing other people's songs.
It's time to go to the next level.
Nobody's gonna die tonight, right?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help.
Oh, Pitch Perfect 3. I mean, what can I say about it?
It's another musical.
No,
So are you just waiting for the next song?
No, it's more like, okay, Pitch Perfect 1. Honestly,
Good movie.
pretty good movie.
Good movie.
Like it's sort of like Mean Girls-esque, where
Yeah.
it's like you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden you get this great movie.
Objectively good.
And then Pitch Perfect 2 comes along, and it's kind of like, oh, these are the things that they liked about Pitch, and they chose the complete wrong reason why people liked it. So they bumped up like Fat Amy times 100. They bumped up the random musical stuff in like situations that doesn't make sense.
And
Pitch
one
Perfect
new
1
character.
Yeah, and Pitch Perfect 1 made a lot of sense when the music came in. And Pitch Perfect 2, they just like, we need to get as many covers so we can sell the soundtrack. Pitch Perfect 3 just amplifies Pitch Perfect 2, where it's like Fat Amy is like the main character. There's a random action scene in the third act.
Is it better than 2?
I mean, you see that in
No.
the trailer.
It's not better than 2?
No.
Okay. That's
It's
disappointing.
honestly about the same for me.
Set my boy free.
17 million to release him.
I don't have any money.
Your father-in-law has all the money in the world.
How much would you pay to release your grandson?
Nothing.
Tell him I'm coming.
All the money in the world. Now playing.
All the money in the world is...
Now, I heard some differing views on this one, though.
I'm sure there are, because it looks like a real movie.
Is it?
It can fool you. It can fool you. I have to admit, I went into it with some bias because I was like, how are they going to pull this off with this whole Kevin Spacey thing going on?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it's tough conditions. It is.
It is, and you kind of see it happening a little bit, but maybe I was looking for it. So I'm not gonna judge it based solely on that. I think for the amount of cleanup they had to do, it better than I expected. But that being said, even the chemistry without Plummer in the scene is not there. Nobody has any chemistry on scene. Like, if we follow a character for their thing, then it's completely forgotten, or you don't give a shit, and you move on to the next thing. We're never staying on one person for more than any point in time. It tries to be about this guy who's callous, but Christopher Plummer can't really pull it off. He's too likable. Spacey might have been able to. I'm actually curious to see the Spacey cut. I want to see the.
You think they'll release it, or is that?
No, they said they won't.
No,
absolutely not.
They'll burn it.
Absolutely
Maybe
not.
North Korea. North Korea, if you're out there, hack the studio and
Was it
release
Sony?
the Spacey cut.
Let's do it again.
It looks great. I personally, to me,
Too long.
It's Ridley Scott.
I
so-
love that color grade where it's just grays, and it's just a very dry palette, and I like that. And there's even some good acting, like they kind of have some multicultural acting going on that I think is pretty good, but it just doesn't come together. It just doesn't come together.
I haven't seen all of Ridley Scott's movies, but when I've talked to people, it just seems to be, people could completely disagree with this, but I've heard that he's a visionary. He gets the whole vision. Like, he can direct, but he needs a writer. His biggest flaw is his writing. He has the look, he has the true vision of a movie, but his writing definitely
like a Zack
falters.
Snyder.
First thing I would have done with this movie is put it do some rewrites.
Kinda.
I've been saying this, and you guys know, I think this is a great setting for a different movie to be in. That's my review of this movie.
Critics are raving about Wonder.
Awesome.
Julia Roberts is superb.
You are a wonder.
And Jacob Tremblay is incredible. It's a heartwarming cinematic jewel. Wonder, rated PG, now playing.
Tyler?
Wasn't good. The writing was really bad, which is disappointing because Steven Chbosky wrote and directed, and he did Perks of Being a Wallflower, and which is one of my one of my favorite like written and directed movies, and it just did not come through with this.
It was a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Owen Wilson was good, but almost all the kids were atrocious.
Oh my god, that's a slippery slope though, man. That is.
How was Jacob Tremblay?
Unless you get the Stranger Things cast of Jacob
fine.
Tremblay.
It was
Oh,
fine, yeah.
kid from Lion too. What's his?
I didn't like him as much.
Saru?
Jacob Tremblay is his name, right? I liked him 100% better in Rue.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
he should
mean,
have
if
been
you have a
nominated
better
for an
movie,
Oscar. For
This
an
is-
Oscar. Was he nominated? Was he nominated?
I don't think so.
Because that'd be
No.
crazy. First off.
I don't know what kind of standards they use to get child actors, but they did not use them in this movie because this is like a grade school play type acting.
And there's a play in it too.
There is a play in it, which ironically,
better
so his sister, right, who's like, he's getting all the attention, but she's actually okay with it. Whatever. Her acting throughout the movie, that actress.
How old is she? How was the sister in the movie?
16, 17?
Freshman in high school, right?
Was it freshman?
15.
This is a brand new high school.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
So 14, 15.
Oh yeah, the high school is a creative
Yeah.
arts high school, but she's like, I didn't know we had a drama club. Okay.
She goes to a theatrical arts school, and then she's like, I was never really into theater, and then she like feels bad for calling somebody a theater nerd, which isn't even a derogatory statement. Besides the point, there's a lot of G-rated insults.
Quick
in this
question.
one.
Literally I just need one answer. Does he wear the space helmet as much as it's marketed?
No. What was it?
I think he wears it a lot.
It was like the first couple of scenes, and then once he like goes to school,
You get the idea that he
How
wears a
is-
lot in his world, maybe
Yeah.
not so much in the movie.
How is Owen Wilson?
he's good. He's the best.
Yeah,
Probably
he's
the
the
best
best
actor.
How is who's mom?
Jennifer Garner? Or no?
Oh, Julia
Julia
Roberts.
Roberts.
Yeah, it's fine.
She was fine.
Yeah,
She was fine.
nothing remarkable.
I need a yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
With downsizing, we live like kings.
Oh my God.
Downsizing.
You gave it a pass.
I gave it a pass. I was pleasantly surprised. It's the opposite of Father Figures, where it starts off a little, okay, where's this going? And then it really comes together.
Okay.
It really comes together. For like the last 2/3 of the movie, the second and third act are really good. I feel like the movie was made specifically to piss off Republicans. Just being a Democrat, I mean, that'll show you how much I enjoy that right there. But it's noticeable in a way where it's like, okay, let's back off just a little bit.
Too.
Come on.
I mean, yeah. Oh, so I don't know if you guys, do you guys care if I spoil this for you?
No, I don't care.
I don't care.
Okay.
If I want to watch it, I don't. That's
You're looking at the trailer, you're thinking to yourself, Kristen Wiig, Matt Damon, gonna be like another comedy, right? They're gonna go for like
can I guess really
Martian
fast? Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I noticed in the trailer, like the most recent trailers, she's only in the beginning and then she's gone, right? Like she doesn't downsize.
15 minutes, done.
Yeah.
And don't even see her again. Don't even think.
And then
about
he
her
falls
again.
in love with the Asian woman, right?
But that's the good part of it. If they'd have tried less with comedy and not pitched it as a comedy, I think it would have been even better than it was. Because as soon as all the comedy, as soon as they stop trying to be funny, it starts getting good. Because Damon actually has to deal with the loss of Wig, and he deals with it in a real way. He goes through some things. He meets somebody, but it's not perfect. It's not your typical romance where he screws up and he has to redeem himself. It's just the way, the world that he finds himself in, they try to bring in some real world issues, and it's very on the nose with things that are going on right now. And you're kind of like, all right, well, it's a little heavy handed, a little bit. But other than that, I thought they did a really good job with not trying to make this like The Martian #2, which I wasn't a fan of.
Is it like an end of the world scenario? Like, is that why people need to shrink? Is because the overpopulation?
Yeah. It's very much, the world is ending, kind of a Greenpeace kind of, we need to do something about this. And then it even escalated.
Did they talk about the science of it at all?
No. In a way where you're like, okay, I get it, and then they move on. Just right to the next thing.
How is Jason Sudeikis? Because I love Jason Sudeikis.
He factors almost not into this movie at all.
What about Neil Patrick Harris?
Not in one scene.
Wait, he's in one scene.
He's like the guy that's trying to sell it.
How was
right?
Christoph Waltz?
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Christoph Waltz actually
yeah.
has, and for somebody who comes in halfway through the movie, he actually has an arc. So it's nicely done.
The guy that made it is usually like
Alexander Payne.
Yeah, he's great with like characters and stuff like that. So
What's some
I was
other movies
interested to
he's
see
The Descendants.
The Descendants.
That's one of my favorites.
Did he do the one with Jim Rash where it was like the way back? Did he do that with him or
No,
it was just Jim.
That was Nate Faxon.
Okay.
Jim.
But anyways, like people usually love his stuff, and then this one was kind of getting like mixed reception. So I was like, oh man, let's.
I think it was better than the trailer makes it out to be.
Better than All the Money in the World?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
My destiny is to rule all others.
On November 3rd,
We're running out of time.
experience the film critics call a majestic spectacle. It's a triumph.
Asgard is not a place.
It's a people.
The boldest Marvel film yet.
Now, those people need your help.
Shall we?
After you.
Thor Ragnarok. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
Thor Ragnarok, because everyone's seen it. It's old by now.
It was a fun movie.
It was great.
Yeah,
Korg.
I didn't like the villain. Take out every single scene with the villain. I think it's like a 4.5 star movie.
I just like Taika Waititi's
He had good
his style, his
Yeah.
writing, everything. So I just had a fun time. People are saying, "Oh, best Marvel movie." No. It's middle of the pack. It's fun. That's where I come down.
Tonight, be the first to see Disney Pixar's Coco.
Hurry, come on!
It's one of Pixar's greatest triumphs, an absolute must-see.
Inspired.
Smart, funny, and full of life. Disney Pixar's Coco. Tonight, rated PG.
Coco, like my movie of the year. Pixar.
It was great.
Does an amazing job.
I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I still really enjoyed it. Music was great. Visuals were stunning.
It's just Pixar never like visually just their skill. Like they are masters of their craft at Pixar.
They really are.
they
That
had-
story too. There's a story hold up to
It's-
Toy
it's
Story
amazing.
and WALL-E.
It's one of my favorite Pixar movies, I'd say, for
Awesome.
me. Yeah. I
They
think
had a
it's fantastic.
scene before the movie played that showed like the big scene with like the City of the Dead, It said it was like 10,000 or something objects more than that
like-
on screen at one time. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They showed like the layers of how they edited it. It was pretty cool.
It's Pixar doing Pixar things. Like Pixar performing at the level that you expect Pixar to perform at.
Okay.
And maybe, for me, like maybe even exceeding that a little bit.
Nice.
And it gets pretty dark for a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Toy Story 3.
But I mean, like I'll say that they say the word murder
quite a bit
in the movie.
It's the Day of the Dead. Dia de Muerte.
All right.
Jumanji.
Bethany? I look like a garden gnome. Where is my phone? There's only one way out. We work together.
What is happening?
Jumanji, rated PG-13.
Jumanji, just whatever. It's a.
I was the
fun
one he
movie.
failed.
Yeah.
I was the one he failed.
Like literally the definition of a popcorn flick.
Yeah, you just pop it. Like, even like wait for red box, pop it in, just have a fun time.
I think it failed for me because I thought it was gonna be better than it was, and it just.
Yeah, I did it. I went in with like almost.
Me.
If you want to bring it to see with your
ground
family,
floor expectation, yeah.
bring your family to it. Everyone will have
Go
a good
see Star Wars
time. There's
instead.
jokes for everybody. Literally, go see Star Wars.
yeah, go see
instead.
Star Wars.
I mean, if you want a better movie experience, go see Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fine. It just disappointed me so much. That's why I failed it.
I feel like Star Wars people are gonna argue on the way home. Jumanji on the way home, there's gonna be like, oh, The Rock is cute. And
Yeah,
whatever.
like, oh man, that Kevin Hart guy, haha.
Right?
No, whatever.
Do you want to pay $120 and go see him at the next Star Dome? Whatever.
There's an attack coming. I need warriors.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah. I need friends.
On my lead.
Let's do it. My turn. Dressed like a bat.
You really are out of your mind.
I'm not the one who brought a pitchfork. Justice League.
All right, Justice League. What a train wreck of a movie.
Oh god.
So we've seen it twice.
So better than Batman v
I've seen it
Superman.
twice.
Let's give it that. Better
Yeah.
than Batman v Superman.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think it's better than
I
Batman.
can watch. Like honestly, Justice League. Like I'm sure, like as like a watchable movie. Like you just pop it on in the background or whatever. Like sure, better than better than Batman v Superman. But if I wanted to get something out of the movie, I'd watch Batman v Superman. Like there's almost nothing in this movie that I'm like, man, I need to rewatch that. Batman v Superman has some parts where I'm like, I like those scenes. I like this one. I
Okay.
can almost.
From the get-go, I hated Justice. I knew 5 minutes into the movie that this was not going well. But it's because, like, okay, who are these bad guys? What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
No, it's just...
And then Batman's like, it senses fear. And then it turns out this is the first one that he caught. So, like, how would he know that?
Yeah, first one he's ever seen. Yeah.
But whatever, it's just...
It wasn't good.
Ben Affleck doesn't do it for me as Batman.
You can tell he's
whatsoever.
done. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the Flash solo film, but not the Batman.
Which makes sense
Because it's
if you know the story.
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
So he's getting replaced.
Yeah, hopefully. I love Ben Affleck as a director. As a actor, he's all right.
Yeah.
Great director.
Who's
the guy who played Stone?
Ray Fisher.
Yeah, he was good.
I liked him.
I went in thinking
I
Cyborg
saw
is
him.
going to be awful.
Yeah.
CGI, you could have made a practical suit for Cyborg. I'm going to come out and say it.
I'll give these
they
movies
give him
that.
they give him an easier CGI suit at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
When they make him like super complex early on, it's like, why would you do that to yourself?
The one
Like,
thing
why
these
would
movies
you make
do,
it hard on yourself?
they
I don't
make
know why
you
they
think
don't
you're
wait
gonna
for
hate a
it to appear
character,
anyway.
but you love him. So I thought I was gonna hate
Yeah.
Batman, but I loved him in Batman v Superman. I was like, holy shit, he's probably the best character.
And then Cyborg, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I'm not going to care about this guy. And then he actually had an arc and was interesting,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I cared about his story.
Yeah,
and
I like Cyborg was like the redeeming quality of that movie for me, and the reason
And
honestly
the Russian
that it's better than Batman.
Wonder Woman's fun. Like it's still like I wish that it was almost like more Wonder Woman.
What about Fish Guy? What are our thoughts on
Aquaman?
Fish Guy?
What happened?
Yeah,
you can tell that they were just like, we need to make him cool. If they just made him Aquaman, he would have been cool. Like people would. The problem with Aquaman is
they
that
didn't serve the character.
Yeah, the problem with Aquaman, why people don't like they're like, oh, he just talks to fish, is because no one has seen Aquaman do what Aquaman does. Like they just hear secondhand accounts of, oh, he can talk to fish, haha. But if they showed Aquaman like how he is,
Play
in the
like
comic books,
Injustice, and you can see like
yeah,
his moves. Like,
if
he's
they
really
just
cool.
show like he would have been cool, but they tried too hard to make him a bro, like a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa,
My
yeah.
man. Oh my God, that line. Oh, and then, I'm sorry, Zack Snyder, stop doing Red Sky. Please stop doing Red Sky.
Every Zack Snyder.
Please stop doing Red Sky.
And you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather have the Zack Snyder cut than this Frankenstein, Josh
yeah, this
Whedon
monster
thrown
of
in
a
there.
movie. Whatever. I mean, I expect nothing, and I'm still let down. It's one of those, it's one of those things.
Darkness rises and light to meet it. In 8 days, this is not going to go the way you think. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
All right,
It's 'cause
Star
they-
Wars: The Last Jedi. Let's talk on the blockbuster experience of 2017. Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh,
That's the last movie we had to talk
I
about?
was gonna say Wonder.
You already
We
talked
were
about
talking
Wonder.
We complained
Oh,
about
as
it.
blockbuster.
Yeah, it's a
experience.
blockbuster extravaganza.
All right.
It was a joke.
Overall, when it boiled down to it, I was disappointed in The Last Jedi.
I loved it.
And I'm down the middle.
Okay. And thank you guys.
And that's all we need to know about Star Wars.
And like the thing is now there's this narrative spun out of control about why, if people don't like it, this is why they don't like it. And there's like all these stories about why you're wrong about not liking The Last Jedi. And there's also articles about why you're wrong if you like The Last Jedi. And what it boils down to me is there are choices, not even choices like story-wise, but choices done filmmaking-wise that I fundamentally disagree on and I think could have been done better.
And with me, it's like, I can 100% understand why people have issues with it, but me personally, I loved it.
Yeah,
and
I get
for
it.
me, it's
Can
a
we do
5 out of
this?
5 movie for me.
Can we do this? I'm gonna mediate you guys.
Okay.
All right. So I feel like I got one on both sides.
Major Star Wars spoilers, but I'm sure everyone has seen them.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen Star Wars, you have 1 second to turn this off.
Okay.
Okay. Kylo dies. All right.
I didn't even know that.
All right. So I want Nate. I want you to give me something you didn't like, and then Tyler, I want you to give me something you liked. All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Finn and Rose's entire storyline.
Okay.
Kylo Ren's entire arc.
Okay.
Another thing that I didn't like.
Yeah. We're gonna machine gun this.
The amount of artificial tension building in the movie.
Okay.
I like Luke Skywalker. I really liked how they did him.
I mean, if you don't say what I want you to say right now about Luke Skywalker.
I disagree almost 100% on the end of his arc in this movie.
All right.
I liked the end of his arc in this movie.
Okay.
Can I explain why
You're
I
bad
don't like the
mediator.
end of his arc?
Yeah.
And then you can explain why you like it.
Okay.
So, when it boils down to it, you have Luke Skywalker show up or whatever. Of course, he's there to like just spark the thing. And then you have this moment, his amazing moment where he's talking to Kylo Ren, which I wish we would have got more of in this movie, but whatever. That's not something that I'm like complaining about. Anyways, you have this moment, he's about to go out like Obi-Wan, all this stuff. Sing, you're like, oh, Luke Skywalker died. No, he didn't. And then you walk up, oh my God, he's alive. No, he's dead. And that was it. And then it immediately cuts away from one of the most beloved characters in cinematic history dying. We know he's going to be back in episode 9. Emotional moment. I love the shot of him with the 2 sons and he's all that stuff. The music crescendos, you get everything. And like, hey, tugged on my heartstring, but at the same time, I'm like,
and the movie.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what, like, there's no way the movie's over. And then it immediately cuts to dun, 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 and you still got more of the movie left. And I'm like, this just threw me on a trip that was awful. Like, it was like, he's dead. He's alive. Oh my God, he's dead. Whoa. Now I gotta care about this again. And then, like, it was just.
Nothing tells them that they're on this planet at all. He couldn't have gotten out. That X-Wing is under the water for 10 years, at least. It's gone. Like, he's not flying away.
Yeah, I don't get that whole.
I didn't want him on the planet. That would have been awful. He died, in getting cut in half by Kylo, but he's that powerful that he can literally transport himself across the galaxy. And of course, that used all his energy. His energy wasn't to die from Kylo; it was to give the rebellion the hope to escape, the time to escape, and everything. And I liked it. They kill him and then bring him back and then kill him again, but I felt like that's all he needed to do was to give that spark. That's the legend of Luke Skywalker.
I understand where you're coming from, and I understand. I would have been completely fine with them doing that whole thing where he's still there. He used all his power and he died. They did it in a span of I think 2 minutes, where all this stuff happens where he says, "See you later, kid." Cuts to him dying, cuts back to Kylo at the base. I'm just like, this is my childhood hero dying, and now I gotta be invested. I gotta get back invested.
Well, you want like a 5-minute break in between?
It literally is.
I want it to be handled better, is what I want.
I
want it to be a solid piece of filmmaking, which I don't think it was, in my opinion. I can understand why people love it. I can understand. I just don't think it was handled correctly.
They took a character that it took 5 movies of tension to finally be able to kill, and then they brought him back to life and expect you to have that same amount of tension in a span of 1.5 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I heard multiple people in the theater, like when that moment where it shows him and he's on the cliff or whatever, that people are like, "Oh my god!" And then when he like falls down, and he's like crawling up, and then the guy, like, people are like, "Wait, what's happening?" And then he disappears, and then they're like,
I was confused.
I
was really confused. I was like, is this a double thing? It's like, is he hologramming the hologram?
He becomes one with the Force.
Why can't he die while he's hologramming so he can die in front of Kylo? And like the hologram's fading out as he's fading out.
It just become. Let's move on. Like, I think there's no way we can come to an agreement on this.
There's no What's her name? How did Boyega's girlfriend catch up to him?
Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense either.
Okay,
that's a major plot.
All right, let's move on past that. Porg.
Here's the thing with the Porgs. Here's the thing with the Porgs. I had no problem. Like, going into it, I was like, it's just like the Ewoks, man. It's just gonna be like, hey, a cute little thing. The thing that really irks me about it is how much they overdid the same joke over and over and over again. They go like, brah, brah, and then in the span of that Millennium Falcon scene that's awesome, it flying through with all the TIE fighters on it, and then it pops up on the dashboard, it's like screaming, and then it cuts away, then it cuts back, it hits against the window, then it cuts away, then it cuts back, and then another one's on the dashboard screaming, and then I'm just like, can I care about the characters? I don't care about the Porgs. Why do you keep putting the focus on the Porgs?
Take all that out, but just give the cuteness to BB-8. All right, I've been ripping on this, and I do not dislike this movie as much as I'm making it seem like. So let me.
I agree.
I want to go through some things I love. I want to go through some things I love. First of all, Snoke's lair.
That whole.
Yeah,
you lead to me in the movie like this is cool.
Everything that happens in that room, I am 100% invested in.
Anything involving Rey and Kylo, I was 100% invested in. 100%. That was like some of the. I think that whole relationship, that whole storyline of this movie is some of the best that Star Wars has ever been. That's why it's such a weird movie to me, where it's like it has some of the best Star Wars has ever been, and then some prequel level garbage to me personally. In like the span of it's cutting between them, where I'm like almost disoriented throughout this entire experience. Where I'm like, get cut back to Kylo and Rey, and I'm like, dude, this is something, man, look at these performances. Look at how interesting it says, where is this gonna go? And then it cuts to, quiet, baby, I got this. Woo! And then it cuts to Rose explaining to John Boyega about child oppression and all this stuff when he was taken away from his family and raised as a stormtrooper without his will. Why is she explaining this to him?
He's still got some stormtrooper in his heart.
That doesn't make any sense. But at the end of the day, it's honestly still worth seeing.
Yeah.
For one scene.
Absolutely.
And for half of the movie that is Kylo and Rey.
Yeah. And the stuff that
I've seen it 5 times. And
I've seen it 4. Four or five.
Fucking Golden Knight.
I've seen it 4 times, I think. I've seen it once on my own.
I'm gonna go see it again.
Accord, where I was like,
Yep,
we went to the midnight thing or the 9 o'clock.
I did
show.
midnight.
And then I went with all the groups that would ask me to go see. Hey, you want to go see
Yeah.
Star Wars? I'm like, sure, I'll go see. Star
Yeah,
Wars.
like I said, I enjoyed the movie so much more when I went with my little brother and like just kind of like
Yeah, like,
it's like being like just it's just fun to watch.
Like I don't
Even like the Canto Bight scenes. Like I know like how much those are prequels, but then they like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars is supposed to be fun.
Normally, I'm really good about ignoring little plot holes and just little things that are taking away from an otherwise good movie. But the ones in this one are glaring.
That's how I feel. And the one thing I disagree with, this whole thing surrounding this movie, is people are attacking both sides. Like, people attacking the people that like it and say, you can't like it. And then people attacking the people that don't like it and say, you can't. Here's why you're wrong about not liking it and all these things. When it's like...
It's a great movie.
I have my opinion. I can completely understand why people can go have fun. Why should I take away that joy that people are having from seeing the movie?
Yeah.
I just have the way I feel.
Oh,
like
yeah,
my dad gets out of the theater, Star Wars fan since it premiered or whatever. He's like, man, that was awesome, dude. You saw Throne Room. Like, my dad's getting excited about this.
Good
And I'm
for
like,
him.
yeah, dude. Like,
Good for him.
But like,
that's exactly. I don't want to like people who hate it. That's why I don't really like argue too much. Like I just want to enjoy it. Like
What's weird is, and tell me if you agree on this, I think some Star Wars fans went into this wanting to hate it.
oh yeah, yeah.
Which is
People
so
did
backwards.
that with Force
It's so
Awakens.
backwards that you have a new movie coming out and the thing that you have arguably constructed your life to enjoy, and you go in trying to hate it. And I don't...
That's any movie that's gonna come out for Star Wars. People are just hell bent on believing that the original trilogy's it. There's nothing to be else. That's it. No more Star Wars.
Now, I want to steer this so we can wrap up a little bit, but I want to steer to an interesting point where I wouldn't have any way else to talk about it besides on this podcast. And I brought it up to you yesterday, and I want to get you, because you're like a hardcore Star Wars fan, so I want to get your opinion on this. So when it boils it down to the Star Wars saga in general, am I still a Star Wars fan if I dislike more movies than I like?
Yeah.
Because like I like 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm on the fence about 8, and then I dislike all the rest of it.
Okay. Do you like the universe?
Brilliant.
Then you're a Star Wars fan. That's all you need. Like,
But the universe was not established before the movie, so that's a bit of a...
It's just like, I hope for going in, I go in like, Star Wars is back, baby. Let's watch some Star Wars, and then.
Do you like the ones you like more than the ones you hate? Like, or do you hate the ones you hate more than the ones?
I don't think I like anything as much as I hate the prequels.
Hey, I love the prequels. Like, I watch them all the time.
And there we have it.
No,
So
I understand it, but I absolutely, the movies that I hate, I hate.
If you
And the
think you're a
movies
Star
that-
Wars fan, you're a Star Wars fan.
But even like episode 4, fun time. Episode 5, absolutely love, one of my favorite movies of all time. Episode 6, fun time. That's how I feel. Prequels, hate 1, 2, 3, okay. Rogue One, okay. Episode 8, okay. 7, fun movie. And that's how I feel about Star Wars.
I think I'm like I'm over 50%. I like more than I dislike, and the ones that I like I love.
And there's not
the
one
ones
that I hate.
I mean, the ones I dislike. It really is it's the biggest roller coaster I've ever been on for any movie
film
series.
franchise.
Really, I don't know. There are probably things I like more in Star Wars, but I don't know if there's anything I hate more than the prequels. Honestly,
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
just
Yeah.
so.
Well,
but
on that note,
It's the personal connection you draw with the art.
Yeah.
is that it?
I don't judge you
Thank you. I don't judge
in
you.
person.
Thanks, Mike.
No problem. All right.
All right.
Nate, Tyler,
Michael.
Michael?
movie, cinema.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll be back next week with
Thank you.
a couple more movies. What's coming out? Insidious.
We're gonna go
Touch
into
on
Molly's
Molly's
game.
Game.
Shape of Water, maybe. Hopefully, it comes to the
Doubt it.
theater.
100%.
God, come
Call
on
me
the
by your
theater.
name.
Not going to come around here till it gets nominated for an Oscar.
Is it better than Pan's Labyrinth?
Never
All right,
saw
we'll get
Pan's
into it
Labyrinth.
next time. Next time. All right. What else is coming out? Oh, there's one. The Post.
The Post. Paddington Bear 2.
I'm on it.
100%
Sure.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Sure. We're gonna see all the kids' movies as well.
Yeah, they
Peter
will come
Rabbit
back.
comes out next month. Kill me now.
Well, the volleyball
This is not.
movie.
I do want to establish that I am not going to tear apart kids' movies. I'm going to try to watch them through the lens of a child. And by the
I think that's why I enjoyed Ferdinand so much.
I'm excited to watch every single movie that comes out because I'm curious how it'll buff out by the end of the year. Like what the ratio of enjoyed myself to not enjoy myself. Because I'm seeing every single movie. We're gonna see every single movie that's coming.
Yeah, like
out.
last year I avoided the ones I knew I didn't.
Exactly.
This time, like, great. Pitch
Hey,
Perfect 3 here I come.
For this catch up episode, pretty good ratio.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot better than I expected.
And then next week we'll have Molly's Game, and I might see Downsizing.
Okay. Yeah, if we see a movie that we weren't able to touch on the previous week, we'll have a small little.
I can't believe that Ferdinand got a pass, and honestly, I kind of want to go see that now, just so I can
Let me know, because I generally enjoyed it.
No, I
Let us
wanna-
know in the comments.
I trust
how you
you,
feel about
and I
Ferdinand.
want to go see it now.
Okay,
You've
thank you.
that's if you can reach just.
I'm
one,
gonna pass.
If you can reach just
On
one.
Ferdinand.
You passed Ferdinand? Okay, good to know.
I'm Mike Lehman,
I'm Nate Talon.
I'm Tyler.
and this is Movie Pass Fail, and see you next time.
Adios.